Let's make sure my Instagram is live. Let's give it a second. Yeah, there she is. Go live. Now switch back to the other one. There, right, welcome, ladies and gents, to Crypto Waffle episode 90. Yes, 90. We are getting there now. Today's topics are Trump tacos, again, with regarding the Iran war, the cold card exploit, and is the bottom near? Where would you like to start?
Let's start with this cold card exploit.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to ask you, hopefully you can tell us the technical side of things.
I have no idea. I'll tell you what I do know. I know that apparently it's some small-ish hardware wallet type
Yeah,
supplier, and they had a small update, and during that update they were giving out information or allowing the wallets to be set up in a way that could be reverse engineered.
right.
And so there's a very small window of people who updated within that window who were affected.
Yeah,
The problem I've got with it is, first of all, who got a list of what the affected wallets were,
yeah. Because
and
these cold cards were meant to be one of like the best on the market for storing crypto, because
I
the
had
air
never,
gaps and all of this
I,
stuff.
I had never heard of them. But yeah,
I
being
nearly
it,
actually bought a couple when I
oh
first.
really?
Yeah, I never went through with it, so I'm kind
Yeah,
of glad.
I guess it's one of those ones whereby if the system has got like a small problem where the seeds that it's generating are not entirely random, then you're going to get the problem that everybody's got the same seed, and maybe that might have no, because that couldn't have been it. Because then,
No, it's some sort of oh, what is it? Oh, where is it? Where is it? Hackers discovered a vulnerability in the part of the hardware wallet code used to create seed phrases. This allowed them to use AI to brute force guessing seed phrases. Um, blah 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 blah. Do 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 do.
that makes sense then. So they're just guessing seed
Yeah,
phrases
that's
over and over and
basically
over
it.
again, and then seeing which ones have got money in them, and then taking the money.
Yeah, yeah. They're up.
Yeah.
They're up to about $130 million at the moment.
Oh, okay. So the exploit still lives.
Yeah,
I
it
guess brute
still
forcing
seems to
can
be
go on
going
forever.
on.
Yeah, brute
Yeah,
forcing can go on forever. Let's it is a strange one because it's one of those ones where if you do have a hardware wallet and you've got your stuff saved on a hardware wallet, you generally wouldn't be up to date with
yeah.
what's happening with the hardware wallets. So I wouldn't know if there was a exploit in the hardware wallets that I use for
Yes,
a while.
that brings me on to a question, right? So these hardware wallets that, and there's lots that are similar to this because you could even argue
Oh,
Ledger,
you sound
Treasure.
really loud suddenly.
Am I really loud all of a sudden?
Yeah.
I'm not sure why.
I'll just turn the volume down.
But yeah, also like my SafePal, all these hardware wallets, do you, are they at potential of hitting the same sort of risk?
Well, of course, yes. But no doubt we would have known by now.
Yeah,
Chances are it's unlikely that they've all got a vulnerability in the way that they've created the seed phrases. It's unlikely, but of course it's possible. We may just not know yet. But it's not something I'm worried about.
yeah. Okay. Well, that's
It's not
good
something
because
I'm
it
worried
had me
about.
double thinking my how I store my stuff.
What are you going to do that's safer than a hardware wallet?
Well,
Which is the scary
this
part.
brings me on to the next question. What is the safest way of holding your stuff? Because I know there's multi-sigs. You could have even the old school paper wallet as well. Or I was reading something on Twitter that some guy, I can't remember who it
A
was.
paper wallet, depending on where you developed it or where you made it, could have the exact same flaw that the
Yeah.
card wallets had. So a flaw on that level is it's like a mathematical flaw. It's like your secret is 2 + 2 is 4, but it's not supposed to be 2 + 2 all the time, for example. But if it's always 2 + 2, then they'll do it. So if you've done from that part, I know this because I've done it myself when I launched a network a long time ago when I was younger. That if you get it wrong from the start, like on a mathematical level, then
It can be
you're
quite
stuffed.
easily
Yeah, you're
screwed.
stuffed. Like, yeah, you've hard coded in the error. Someone can just go back and go through all of your non-random seeds that you've been created,
Yeah.
and start siphoning off money. So I don't think having a paper wallet is particularly safer, depending on where you've got it created. But if, let's say, for example, you go on the internet and there's a website you find that says click this button and create your own paper wallet, and you click it and then it creates one. What the bloody, how the hell do you know?
So how do you know it's safe?
How do you know it's safe? Unless
Yeah.
you literally put in the seed yourself and have something that works offline that you
Yeah.
also can trust.
I mean, the other thing I was reading about was that people are using separate phones. So, i.e., you buy a phone specifically to be a cold wallet, effectively. You only ever use it to have, say, Trust Wallet on the phone. You only ever use a Wi-Fi to receive, send, blah blah, and that's it. You
That's a
don't
terrible
download
idea.
any other apps and blah blah blah.
It's a terrible idea.
You think
Your
that's
phone,
just as bad?
it's a worse, much worse. Your phone is probably the least secure device ever invented. I wouldn't have a separate phone to be my secure device. That's a terrible idea. You, your you, yeah, your phones are. A phone is. I wouldn't have a phone as a hardware wallet
Yeah.
at all. No way. No. Laptop, not a great idea, but a better idea. Hardware wallet is the best idea because it is specifically just to do that. That's the only thing the chip can do is hold that secret.
Yeah.
And that's why it's the best. Anything that can do other stuff is just other attack surface, and your phone can do way too much stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, even with phones, I wouldn't even have a important wallet on my phone. The only wallets I'd have on my phone would be test wallets, so a couple $100 here or there. Anything more than that is not suitable for phones.
So then, what do you think about multi-sigs? Because I come to
I
the
love them.
conclusion that they're probably the safest and best way.
Yeah.
Yes, they're a bit more complicated.
And then I guess you've got the problem of everybody having their key generated from the same place.
Yeah.
Which if you've got this problem with the stone wallets or card wallets, stone cards, whatever the hell they're called. Oh, sorry. Then you would have that same problem if everybody generated their multi-sig in the same place. But multi-sigs don't present as multi-sigs, they're just signatures.
Yeah.
So someone might not know that signature is part of a certain multi-sig. So would I have multi-sig? I think is the safest way. It's
Yeah.
just long-winded, but I think it's the safest way.
Yeah, I think it's you put up with the aggro that a multi-sig would bring to give you
Yeah.
maximum safety, effectively, wouldn't you?
Yeah, so you've got to coordinate with people. And so I'm a part of a multi-sig for a network that I thought had failed years ago, maybe at this point, 6 to 8 years ago. And recently, the guy messaged me and he was like, "Oh, hey, have you still got your multi-sig key for our network?" And I was like, "Well, I thought it was dead. I chucked that
Yeah.
multi-sig away." And he was like, "Oh, great." So now, because people have chucked their keys away, the multi-sig kind of becomes useless. So
Yeah.
that's the downside of multi-sig. It's all well and good saying, "Oh yeah, like we need five of us to sign," but then if three people go missing, then suddenly we're like, "Oh look, now
You're
we're
screwed.
stuck." Literally, there's nothing
Yeah.
you can do. So multi-sig, it needs a lot more maintenance, I would say, social maintenance, meaning that
Yeah.
I have to call you at least once a year and be like,
Make sure you're
Mr.
still alive and kicking.
Mr. Financial Navigator, have you still got that key? Because you might be like, oh, I don't. It might be a part of, or you might have it on a laptop or something or a mobile phone because you're like, oh, it's multi-sig, it don't matter. But then you chuck the phone away and now you haven't
Yeah.
got the signature anymore. And then
You're
all
like, oh
that money,
shit.
yeah. And we've only got a couple of million in that multi-sig account. So
Yeah.
now we're stuffed.
So it's screwed.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
There's a lot of debates going on X with regards to this cold card thing.
I think multi-sigs are the best. Following that, it's Ledger and Trezor.
Yeah.
Following that, it's a separate laptop
Yeah.
with no Wi-Fi, obviously, and stuff like that. Following that, it is, yeah, just keep your keys and try not to surf torrent sites and stuff like that that you know is going to give you a lot of viruses. Worse than that, I'd say, is a mobile phone. It's the worst.
Yeah.
Worse than that, even a shared computer with a bunch of other people. That's
The local
obviously
library computer.
local library computer. That's a terrible idea. I guess yeah. The only
Or
thing
is it?
there is
Would anyone expect it? Ah,
ah,
double guessing,
okay,
double guessing.
okay. Now you're gonna have a bunch of people trying to go to your local library to see if all your stash is there.
Yeah,
The problem is you might turn up at your library and the computers have gone, and
yeah.
then you're like, oh well, the local landfill,
Oh
and you end up
shit, the
like matey
councillor
boy.
found out.
Yeah. Everybody in the council's driving around in new Lambos.
Yeah.
The financial navigator's lost his private keys. So,
Right, well,
so
that sums that up.
yeah.
Um, right, next thing Trump tacos again. So, the weekend just gone, they were meant to unleash, was it there was some sort of, they labelled it, oh, my head's gone
They
completely blank
give them
now.
names, don't they? Like Epic
Yeah,
Fury and stuff like that.
this one was like Warhammer or something.
Oh
Or
God.
something like that, or like Project Obliteration. Anyway, something along the lines of they were going to get bombed the shit out of, right?
Almost as if there were no human lives at
Yeah,
risk.
exactly. Like it was some sort of video game. And then all of a sudden, as per usual, that got a massive spike specifically into oil going into the weekend. Let me just get an oil chart up in front of me. Yeah, we bounced from the lows of 78, hitting the highs of around 87, give or take, oil. And then we have now collapsed back to 80. I thankfully had a short on.
Oh,
Yeah,
very
bang,
nice.
bang on the money. I
Very
entered the
nice.
short at 85,
Okay, so
3x.
you were
Yeah,
underwater for a little while.
underwater for a dollar, but my stop loss was about 90 something.
Okay.
So I had plenty of leeway.
Yeah.
I personally closed 50% of the position, moved the rest into profits. So if
Uh,
we get taken out, it's what it is.
yep.
Yeah. So what do you think will happen next? Do you think they're actually going to get somewhere this piece? Because the other thing is, like, from a bigger point, or if you zoom out a bit, is we've got midterms in October, 2 months away. Now, I don't think Trump has got much longer before everyone in the newsfeed is focused on the midterms. So if he keeps dilly-dallying with what's going on in Iran, I think he needs to make a decision sooner rather than later. And I believe that decision will be peace and let oil drop, just to please the United States citizens at the pump.
So there is still the little question of the Special Petroleum Reserve that we spoke about last week, the
Yeah.
SPR, and that is now just above 300 million barrels, literally just a touch above 300 million barrels, probably even below 300 million barrels as we speak now. If he continues, it will drop to the congressional level in a few weeks. At that level, Congress will say no more pumping unless you've got a special reason. War does qualify as a special reason, so he might be able to blow past that. And then it comes down to the physical level where the caves will start to deteriorate if there's that much, if they're picking up all the sludge from the bottom. A bit like when you drive your car on empty, it's not good for anybody.
Yeah.
At that point, they have got nothing to stabilize the price of oil. Then oil rips. So the question is, does Trump give in, lose face? Because essentially, eventually, he will have to give in and lose face. Or does he keep on pushing because the establishment or the military industrial complex want him to continue pushing?
Yeah.
And you've got to price your oil play accordingly. I think that there's still room for another pump, because oil will go up because the SPR is going down. At the moment, there's more oil being
Yeah.
used than oil being distributed. So
I think I saw a post about Petrofac, not Petrofac,
OPEC,
OPEC, looking to bring 300 million barrels online from the start of September, or extra
yeah,
online. So I don't know
yeah.
whether that is Trump saying, look, I need you to help me out. We need more oil on the market. Or is that, because I believe it's Saudi, Russia, and one of the other countries towards Dubai and that are bringing them online.
I think it's the Chinese consumption. I
Yeah.
think if China have turned their consumption back on, which they have done, once the fighting started again, China was like, all right, listen, we're buying oil because you like being stupid. So they started buying oil again, price spiked. I think if China continued to buy oil, I think the price continues to go up. I don't think the OPEC nations can get the oil out fast enough. Now we've got both straits closed. The Al 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 Mandab
Yeah.
to the south and the Hormuz to the north. They're both closed. So if it continues like this, it don't matter. OPEC can say whatever they want to say, unless they're carrying the oil barrels by camel across Turkey and into Europe. It doesn't make no never
Doesn't
mind.
matter.
Doesn't make no never mind. So, and also, I think this affects us in how it affects the 10-year yields, these treasuries, and interest
Yeah.
rates. There is talk of there being a rate hike coming up, which will be bad, I guess, for all risk assets, especially crypto. High oil doesn't do interest rate hopes any favors. So we could have high oil into interest rate hike, into a cooling off of the stock market, into sayonara Trump.
Yeah. Because we had 30-year yields starting to break out
Yeah,
last week as well. Over 20 years, back up to 5.2%, which it hasn't been this high since October 23. So I do think yields will end up breaking higher.
yeah.
Which it depends how you look at that. Is it a good way? Is it a good or a bad thing? I mean, from a market perspective, I think it's a bad thing for people that don't understand markets,
But I
because
think
they
it's
will be entitled, or they'll feel like they're entitled, or not entitled, but they'll feel more hesitant to take risk Like, why would I invest in the S&P when I can get 5% on a 10-year bond?
That's the game, right? And even if
Yeah.
it doesn't come true, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
This will it does make it more of a risk-off environment. So equities take the hit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what we do. I don't know what we do with that, but I think it's not looking good, Brev.
Yeah, it's not
Is
looking.
what is what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, because we held rates as well last week, so that's what caused, I think, the bond vigilantes to start doing their thing. But
And,
yeah,
and I feel like I feel like we were somewhat lucky to have rates held just
I
in
think it would have been
the
a big
last meeting.
shock if he'd hiked.
I think it would have been a shock, but I think only because we know that they really, really don't want to hike. I think
Yeah,
mathematically it would have made sense to hike because inflation is not under control.
yeah,
High oil prices do not help that. And since they held rates steady, oil prices have shot up.
yeah,
So it's the thing you said last week, I think, which made the most sense was I think it was you that said markets can stay insane longer than you can stay solvent.
yeah, yeah. A
Right?
lot of people say that all the time.
Yeah.
Or markets
So
can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent.
that's it. That's it. And with that being said, it's how long can this market remain irrational?
Yeah,
And the reality is, with the SPR being as low as it is, these guys still fighting. Oil should blow through the roof. Inflation should follow it. Rates should get hiked. The S&P should come crashing down. That's what should have happened months ago.
yeah,
But they've been drip feeding the SPR into keep rates down. They've been manipulating it by pumping it through and doing headline tennis. It's specifically at the weekends and all this other type of chicanery. I believe that they had a deal with China for China to stop buying everything and producing.
yeah,
So China started dipping into their reserves. China's reserves are huge, by the way, like
yeah.
3 times the size of America's, or maybe 10 times now.
Well, they do 20 times the manufacturing that America does.
Yes, yeah. So it makes sense. But the point being that China can dip into their own reserves to stabilize the price.
If
So
needed.
China can, right, exactly. But why would they bother? Because making America weak makes China stronger. So
Yeah,
all of this geopolitics going on, I, I'm still bullish the oil price, and I am starting to think
do you
that
still think we get the higher for longer sort of thing in regards to oil
I,
prices?
I do. But I guess that's just me saying I think that these people are stupid. I
Yeah,
guess because common sense would tell you just stop fighting. Like common
yeah,
sense would tell you it's going to cost you a lot more than the price of the missiles that are just like
yeah.
blowing up
Being
into
dropped.
dust.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't think the system works on common sense. So
no.
I'm still bullish oil, which I guess makes me bearish everything else.
Yeah,
I hope I'm wrong.
yeah. That's
I
fair
hope I'm
enough.
wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Right. So then this nicely leads into, is the bottom near? Now, not a while ago, maybe 2 episodes ago, I think we talked about, is now the time to buy gold and silver.
Oh no, it was longer than that. I was still at home. I was at home. I was still in England
So
then.
what's that, 3 weeks ago?
4 weeks.
Okay, it's
Yeah,
near
4
a
weeks.
month ago.
Yeah, about a month.
So that would have been around what, June,
End of June.
end of June, so about 24th.
Yeah.
No, maybe 3rd of July, something like that,
Yeah.
give or take.
Yeah. I think it
Okay.
was literally around that time.
Okay, so 3rd of July, last time we mentioned it, silver was about $58. Today we're at 57. Gold was around, where are we? 4,120. Today we're at 4,030. So what I think we are seeing, and let me share my screen. It's not just gold and silver, by the way. This relates to crypto as well. So this is the gold chart. Let me get rid of my horrible drawings. We had this ridiculous rally that you can see after we broke out of the 1,000, call it $2,000 top area, and we ran all the way up to 5,600, give or take. We've now pulled back to 4K. If I then take these off and we go to a big chart, you can see over these, let's put it on a quarterly, makes it even better. Over these mega runs that we get in gold, i.e. from 1970s to the 1980s, we had a 43% in the middle there. On this rally here from $250 to $2,000, we had a correction of 25% and 34% along the way. And ultimately, before then having a bit of deeper 43% correction and time-based capitulation, I think you could argue, because it took from 2012 until 2023, so 11 years give or take, for us to break out. And this is our first major correction since. I'm just going to let that inconsiderate biker go by. So from the peak back in June or January, sorry, we're now currently down around 28%. Not financial advice, but personally, I am starting to pick up gold and silver back in these regions. Okay, silver's currently down at 57. Why is this a good region? Well, we're back at the previous highs. Okay, we're retesting current or old support. Is there a potential we go back to the low 30s? Potentially. If we get it, fantastic. That's where I'll double down. And this brings me on. Go on.
The ups. What about the highs? On each run. So
What, with regards to gold and silver?
yeah, gold. We've got gold.
So what, the runs from a breakout?
Yeah.
So if
What's the
we
percentage each time?
stick it on the quarterly again. So we'll look at the decade-long bull runs effectively. So if we had to measure from the high of October of 68 to the cycle peak, you looked at a 2,000% return.
No, just do each one. Just do each bull and correction.
Oh, what, from this peak to the trough?
No, from the trough to the peak of the one just before.
Okay,
So when
each
you've
one.
clicked, start from the left. Yeah. So start
Okay.
from when
So
it's gone down
here-
43, and then what did it go up?
687. Then this one here from the trough. If this is obviously assuming you nailed the bottom and you're a genius. You got 422. But my thesis here is that even if you can get somewhere in the middle here, let's say we're complete idiots and we got an average price of $1,300 rather than $1,000, you still managed to current price to get a 200% return. Okay, which is lovely. Same sort of thing in silver, even greater returns, may I add. If you nailed the bottom at $3.50 in 1992, to current price, you're up just shy of 15,000%. If you're not that good at timing bottoms and you've got an average price of say $5, or then actually go $6, okay, to current price, you still did a tidy 8x. Right, so it doesn't really matter. But my gist here is that we're near a bottom. Okay, yes, we could go lower to 30, 35, but if you average down, like I said, if we get down there, I'm doubling down. Okay, my average price gets slapped down. Same with gold. But the more interesting thing this brings me on to is Circle and Coinbase. So if you are in the VIP chat, I published a report. Oh, we were meant to do that this week, weren't we?
Yeah, we're supposed to do it.
We'll have to do it next week. We'll do it next week. But Circle and Coinbase are in regions where I have started to pick some stuff up. I bought some Circle today, literally just before we got online. And Coinbase, I am interested here at the 150 area. Can we go down to 85 in Coinbase? Yeah, sure. But I want to participate in this next 700% move. Do I care if I get an average price of say 150? And then even if we went back to all-time highs, it's still 2x. So if we run to $1,000 from 150, you're looking at potentially, give or take, 5.5x. Same sort of thing with Circle. The danger with Circle is that you haven't got as much chart history, so you're buying fresh lows, which is never a good thing. But I think with a longer term time horizon, you can definitely look to start to pick some up here. Just in the short term, we have a bullish divergence forming on the daily. So this is where price is making lower lows and yet RSI is making higher highs. So this is a bullish thing. And as we've been saying for the last couple of weeks, could we see some sort of relief rally with Bitcoin going to 72? Yeah, sure. But what I'm getting at with all of this is that crypto itself as well, like even if we look at Bitcoin here, like buying between 60 and 50 is an absolute gift. Like it just is. Yeah, we could go lower. Does it really matter? No. Because at the end of the day, when we're sat at 300k or 250k Bitcoin, are you really going to moan about you bought it at 63 rather than 58? Probably not.
If you even remember.
Exactly. You won't remember where you bought it. All you'll see is big green numbers on your screen and you'll think, oh my God, I'm a genius.
Absolutely.
That's the point you should be selling, may I add.
Yeah.
When you think you're a genius. But it's the same thing across the board. ETH looking okay. Hype looking okay. I mean, Hype I started adding to this week. I've been saying this for the last couple of times. Every time we've mentioned Hype,
Yeah.
I was looking for this breakdown into this sort of 40 region. I started adding at 50. I've got limit orders. I've probably got about 10 limit orders between $50 and $38.
That are not going to get filled.
Well, let's see. I've got them stacked in there. If we do go to the lower boundaries, that's where the size of those orders starts getting bigger. But yeah, I think we are getting to some interesting levels now in this sort of stuff. Even per Hyperliquid's DAT, I managed to pick some up around $6 last week. So it's time to pay attention now, and it's really when you should be having your shopping list on hand,
Ready.
and ready to start throwing some of that cash in to accumulate a position, because before you know it, they could be 20-30% higher.
Yeah. But the flip side is we are still worried about interest rate hikes, which
You could be, but I mean, and this goes back to what we discussed. Was it last week or the week before? So historically, August, September August historically is the worst month for crypto. So if we're going to capitulate to a new low, it's likely going to be in the next couple of months. But that is when you will see max bear porn on your X accounts, on your Instagrams.
which would fit in nicely with you having said before that October could be the low.
Yeah, so according to Benjamin Cohen, we should be putting a low between now and October. We should have our next leg down at some point. That's likely it, potentially even into January at the latest. But my main focus for between now and the end of the year is accumulating positions in crypto, accumulating positions in stocks relating to crypto, and accumulating positions in other stocks as well. Because even the AI stuff, like as we discussed last week, AI got slaughtered last week, and it's had a minute bounce. We had that hedge fund blow up, so there's a $45 billion hedge fund blow up
Wow.
during that.
Attacked, weren't it, by
Well, they got bought out by Citadel, but apparently so. It was, to be fair, I was reading on it. It was quite amazing what he did. So the fella that ran the fund started with about 200 million, managed to run it up to 40 billion or 45 billion, and then obviously just got over levered and screwed.
Well, apparently they were saying that Citadel had they put out like a bearish
Yeah, they went with the rate hike for last
report
week.
report on it, and then that caused it to become distressed, and then they came in and bought it.
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to get someone coming in bigger to buy it anyway, but I think it's a classic case. I mean, the kid was only pretty young. He was only early 30s. I think it's a classic case of like he thought he was an absolute genius, like just got way over his skis, and then had a margin call, and obviously that caused him to unwind the
Have to,
positions.
yeah. And they came and they scooped it up.
Yeah, because I think he put out, or he was looking to raise capital on like Thursday last week, or Wednesday last week, and that's when you're raising capital in an AI bull market, like it makes no sense. People's alarm bells were ringing, and then I think that's when the Financial Times article that you just mentioned, like maybe the Citadel put out, that there could be issues, and then by Friday he was pretty
There was
much,
issues, yeah.
yeah,
I don't know. I smell a rat in that whole
yeah, possibly,
situation. I
probably
smell
is,
a rat. But you know me, I'm always Captain Conspiracy Theory.
yeah,
But yeah, that one just seemed a little bit like these guys have
really,
put out these guys have put out this news to say, yeah, this guy's on his face, and then now he's on his face, and then they
yeah,
go and
and they
buy
get his
up all of
stuff,
his stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like, one is like really convenient, but
yeah.
I guess it happens, and like you said, usually happens when you're really congratulating yourself on how brilliant you are.
Yeah.
That's when the
It's
biggest
kind of
losses are
it's
around the
how I
corner.
felt about my oil trade today when I checked it because I hadn't checked it all weekend. And I opened up the laptop today and I saw it. I was like, "You've nailed this!" And as soon as I said that, as soon after I thought that, I was like, "Take
Close
some
it.
off, like now."
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, that
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes
So I was
sense.
like, "Yeah, definitely having to take some off."
That's going to be the new mantra. Like,
Yeah.
I'm smart, I'm closing it. That's going to
Yeah.
be it. I'm so smart, I'm closing it.
Indeed,
I'm
because I
taking
see that one
profits.
of our limit orders got hit as well.
Is it hype?
Yeah, limit buy, and we're
Yeah.
up 10%. I think when I checked.
Oh, come on, let's go. I
So,
have to.
but yeah, let's dive. Is there anything else you want to mention before we get into predictions?
No, sir. No,
Okay,
sir.
let's go straight into predictions. Right, where are we? Right, so Bitcoin. Where were we last Monday? We were approximately $64, give or take. Your target was 68. We reached a high of 66.9. Let's call it 67. We're chaos, so I want to give it to you.
Yeah.
We then reached a low of 62-ish, and my target was 61. So would you give that to me, sir?
Oh, okay. Well, if we'll either both have one or we both won't. I guess.
Yeah, I think we
Is the
both
only.
have one there. See, that I think would have been quite a good trade. I think we did have a limit short, though, didn't we? Around 68.
It just depends on which way round we get it, right?
Yeah.
I think we was doing it the wrong way round. Oh no, it would have been the right way round
Yeah, yeah, it was the right way round.
if we'd have made it.
Yeah. So yeah, Bitcoin both got one there. ETH both off. It's kind of just chopped in the middle from where we
Yeah,
we
it's
were
not gone nowhere.
predicting. Hasn't really moved. Hype. Unfortunately, sir, I pipped you to the post on this one.
Yeah.
We initially kind of started moving your direction the evening of Crypto Waffle last week, and then we just kind of fell to my target of 53. Pump. Where were we? Monday. So at the time of recording, let's go to an hour chart so we can be accurate here. So this was on Monday the 27th. And we want to go to roughly at 7 o'clock. Where are we? 4, 5. So we're around about the 0.002 area. That basically was the peak. before coming down to my target of 0.0018, and we are making our way back to you, sir. Well, I think we put on a limit short on pump, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think that's the one we got the wrong way round, where it should have
Yeah.
been a limit long from mine. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. We would have been up nearly 60%
Oh.
on 3x. Oil. Let's zoom in a bit. Where were we on the Monday? It's the 27th. We were probably around $84. We pretty much come in the next day on the Tuesday to my target, and then nearly bounced to yours at around 88.5. It went to a high of 86.87. So yeah, your 88 was very a dollar and a bit off. So I think I may have just pipped you this week.
Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah, you had your glory last week.
Yeah. We take it in turns, right?
Yeah, we do. I think we actually were very sensible with our trades. I'm glad we didn't put anything on. I'm
Yeah.
glad we just put limit orders.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because it was a week that we just couldn't really call it
No.
last week.
yeah, it was
really
a
call it.
very difficult week to call.
Whereas
Right.
this week, on the other hand,
Yeah, a lot more difficult. Right, what would you like to do this week? Assets.
gold instead of oil.
Okay. Any other TradFi ones you'd like to do? Can I put forward that we do circle rather than pump?
Yeah, circle's good. Let me see. Let's see what else I'm gonna do.
Other than that, I mean, we've got the usuals, Bitcoin, ETH and Hype. Unless you want to swap ETH out for Solana, maybe?
Yeah, swap ETH out for Solana. Nothing here is really catching my imagination.
Okay, should we leave it at those 5 then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okie dokie, right. Bitcoin, sir. Where do you think we're going?
I think I need to close this.
We kind of haven't been able to get out of this 62 to 67 range. We seem to be stuck.
Oh, I don't know.
It's really difficult, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
I'm
another
gonna
one
go-
of those weeks.
I'm gonna go bearish.
Okay. So what's the target?
Can I say 60?
Yeah, you can say 60. You know what?
That's a
I'm
big
going to
move,
join
isn't
you.
it?
No, I'm going to join
You're coming
you.
down this.
Yeah, I'm coming down with you. Solana. What do you think? I want to go with my old target. Can I say 66?
66. Yeah. I know. I think I'm gonna come as well. 66. Pause.
Yeah. Right, okay, both at 66.
Yeah.
Hyperliquid. See, I think in the short term we could get a small bounce, maybe back to 58, around there.
I was banking on it, but if we're saying down, then it's going to pull Hyperliquid down.
Yeah, but will it though? Because Hype's just been doing complete opposite of the general market.
True.
Like for the
And
last,
volatility
what, 2-3 months.
works for it.
Yeah. But then again, I don't know if we could say 58. It's not very far.
It's direction though, isn't it?
I'm going to say 60.
Okay, I'm going to say 48.
I really hope you're right.
Why, you want to get those orders filled?
My orders will be filled. I think or some orders will be filled if we go to there. Circle. What do you think?
Oh, you nailed this last time. I have to say 55, don't I?
You're going 55.
Yeah. If it's down, it's down.
I'll tell you what, we got earnings though.
Yeah, that's not going to be pretty. When is earnings?
Tomorrow?
Oh, I'm definitely
Wednesday.
shorting it then. I'm definitely shorting it.
But what if it's a surprise for whatever reason?
I just think they're going to miss. The way that bloody Coinbase missed.
See, this divergence
Stablecoin
is
money.
telling me to go long. Okay, now I'm going to join you. What did you say? 55?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm coming with you. We're both down there. And finally, gold.
This is where I guess we might disagree. I'll say 3,900.
3,900.
Is that too close?
No, I think that's okay. 3,900. See, we kind of just chopped, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who the hell is that calling me? Someone from Real Vision is calling me.
Oh my God.
Apparently I was calling them. How did that happen? Now I'm going to have to message them saying apologies. Siri decided to call you. 4-2. Oh, we've literally just been this range bound. Oh, it's so... Actually, I'm coming with you. I'm going to hold your hand this week. 3,900.
Everything except for hype.
Yeah, everything but hype. So, sir, that goes over to you. Have you got your... It worked last time, didn't it?
Yes.
Okay, let me stop sharing. Let me just message whoever my phone tried to call quickly. I don't even know who that is.
Me. Oh, excuse me.
Messages.
Right, now then. Let's start with our small trade.
Yeah,
Oh,
what do
there
we
you
want to
go,
do
W.
with... Oh,
Close that oil.
Look at this. Come on. Yes, sir.
Did we do a
Must have been a limit short,
Oh,
no?
yeah, it must have been a limit short.
Let me check our Instagram so I can get our trades. So just to recap, yeah. So on the this is what I did wrong. We actually limit shorted, or on the post I put limit long like an idiot.
Yes, because I put some smart aleck comment, didn't I?
Yeah, you put oil long looks a bit far fetched, lads. Did you mean short? You were totally right, sir. It was a editing error on my behalf. But
Well, I tell
yes,
you what.
it was oil
How
short.
about
Go on.
how about that? How about that for a catch?
Yeah, banging.
Wow.
And I agree. We close that.
Yeah.
We take her off the tablet.
What have we got? Gold short? You want to do a gold short?
What do we agree on? Well, we both agree on circle short and gold short.
I've, let's do both.
Okay.
All
I think
right.
we can gold short, and I think we have stops at. You have a look on a hype because the charts are slightly different.
What if Bitcoin breaks out to the upside? Oh, then I've got everything wrong. So
Yeah,
let's
we're
just
both wrong.
yeah. Good.
I think we can long gold, and we have stops at say 4-1.
Hold on, we're doing circle first.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Circle.
CRCL. Right, again, I think we can short circle, but I think we want tight stops at around 65.
And oops. And take profit. 55.
Yeah, I'll target 55. I might have to hedge myself on that one because I really don't like it.
What, the circle short?
Yeah, it's just this RSI divergence on the daily. It's just not. It's just something about it. Especially if earnings on
Gold.
Wednesday.
And
Gold.
it's going to be horrific.
Yeah, I think we're short, and then stops at say 4-120 or 4-1.
TP.
3-9.
Place the order. Okay.
Love there.
Okay. Two nice positions there. Right, let's get into the vault.
So Hyperliquid, we both agree we want to close this one out.
What are we on? A
You're
long.
short. Yeah, you want to go short, and I'm long. So another compromise, if we don't want to close it, is I think we can close 80% of it here. We move stops up to, I don't know, 53, and let the rest run. Or do you want to just close it?
Let's just close it.
Okay.
Let's just close it. No one ever went broke taking profits.
Yeah, smart. So which one out of the Bitcoin, Sol and Hype do we want to do? I actually fancy a Sol short, you know.
Yeah, we haven't done Sol for ages, and yeah, let's do a Sol short.
So I reckon Sol short with stops at 78. Take profit 66. You like that?
I like it.
Okay. Let's go, champ.
Make sure you're writing this down.
Oh yeah. I've got my trusty notepad. Right. What have we got on again?
Soul short.
So we got a Soul short. Our entry price was at what?
73.6.
73.6. TP is 66 and stop loss
78.
78. What else do we have? Gold short.
Yep.
What was the entry price on gold?
Bear with me. Gold short.
If you click positions, it should say under that.
Oh yeah, sure.
Entry price
4,040.
4,040. TP 39
Yeah.
and stop loss
4,120.
4,120. Circle entry
60.5.
60.5. TP
55.
55. Stop loss
65.
nice. Lovely. Right, that wraps episode 90 up. Next
Well,
week.
no, only if we've only got one vault trade.
Actually, have we still got our limit orders open from last week?
Yes. Pump short.
Wait a second. So what level is that pump short at?
0.0023.
0.023.
Yeah.
I think we can leave that on or open.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, it's just whether or not we decide to put another thing on, or should we just leave it as it is? The one soul short.
So then we've got a pump limit short.
Yeah, pump limit
And the entry for that is what, sorry, again?
SpaceX getting hammered.
0.0023, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Stop loss.
Oh, hold on. Did we not have it last week? Do you know why I had that last week?
Possibly.
Stop loss is
0.0025.
0.0025. Yep.
Yeah, I've got them from last week. I was just being an idiot and didn't turn the page.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, now I've got
Doesn't
nows written
happen
all the way
often.
round. Got the stop loss in the TP spot and the TP in the stop loss spot. Okay, so we've got 4 on, 1 limit, 3 shorts active. Smart. I like it. Right, well next
All
week
right.
we will go through the Coinbase and Circle report that I wrote.
Yes.
I will look to break
Yes.
that down for us and tell you how I will be weighting my positions.
All right, homie.
Okay,
Catch
well,
you.
thank you very much, ladies and gents. We shall catch you on the next one. Adios. West side is the best. No,
I'm doing a
east
C and a
side.
W.
East side.